Well, the process of making the film was that I researched it online and had conversations with Barry Phillips, who's with us now, and so my dialogue with actual serving soldiers and past serving soldiers was there to help structure and create the script. So they were on board from the start, and without them on board from the start, it would just be a complete work of fiction from my imagination. So it was paramount that they were involved.
Yeah. Okay, Barry. So former paratrooper, that must be one of the hardest jobs in the world.
Yeah, you do all the training, and in the end of the day, you can handle the day-to-day grind, but it's when, as Mark's done within the film, you come home to your country after fighting for it, and to find out that you can't go into a pub, and it is very, very common, especially in the big garrison towns. Colchester.
You would expect it to be fine in Colchester and Aldershot, wouldn't you?
You would, yeah. You'd expect them to want your money. I mean, these guys have got quite a lot of money, and when they're coming back from working abroad, they've not been able to spend it.
Yeah.
And they want to go out and they want to actually just relax and chill out, because if they are abroad, they may have only been able to have 1 or 2 cans. 2-can rule is on quite a lot of the different bases. So they just want to go out and they want to celebrate coming back and being back home on home turf.
Yeah,
and
do they actually want to come home and chill out, or do they actually want to come home, have a few drinks and tear up the town?
And they never tear up the town. I mean, the Royal Military Police will always deal with any trouble. They're always around in the garrison towns, and they know the punishment for being drunk and disorderly is very severe. So you will never really go and wreck a place.
Well, that would presumably be one of the reasons behind the signs in real life. You don't want soldiers in because the landlord is expecting it to kick off.
Can I throw something in there?
Please jump in any time. Yeah.
Jump in on that one. Basically, through my research, what I found out was that that's a general sort of a misconception from Civvy Street, from the general public, is that landlords are expecting the soldiers to kick off. Usually, it's the locals that are wanting to show that they're men and that men fight.
And feel intimidated.
And feel intimidated by it, and they're the ones that kick off against the soldiers. And of course, soldiers are a group that have fought together and lived together and worked together.
There must be some dumb bloke to pick on a bunch of soldiers.
You know, they normally kick off the fight. It happened in Ayia Napa last year. There was a big news report about a group of soldiers rampaging, as they said in the news media, through a bar in Ayia Napa. But what really happened was that the soldiers were drinking in that bar all week, and then some locals, I think it was a stag party, kicked off with the soldiers in this bar, and obviously it all kicked off because they were defending themselves and that kind of thing. And then the next day, the soldiers all chipped in and paid the bar owner, who was very happy with them. They had a good rapport with them all week, and gave them the money to pay for all the repairs in the bar. But that was never reported in the press. All it was soldiers go rampaging in Ayia Napa. But the real story was that some of the locals or the stag party kicked off with them. So it wasn't the soldiers' fault at all. You know.
Fascinating content. But Barry, what was it actually like being in a film?
It's quite good. I mean, it's not the only work I've done. I've been now acting for about 4.5 years. I tend to specialise now with police and squaddies. With a colleague of mine, ex-RAF guy, who owns the 2 agencies, and I work very close with him. Now I'm going to spin off of the police side of it. We've now started the squaddies agency, and we're looking for professionals who know how to handle weapons, know how to hold themselves. And so I've been doing it for quite a while, and it's just giving the lads something. When we're working on the films, it takes you back to what you used to be able to do, and how life used to be. Even though there's a camera there, you know what you're doing, and there's the camaraderie there. And we do it on the film there, in that little shot. That was myself as the police officer trying to sort the lads out, and I advised all the lads on how to handle themselves during the film. So it's good to be involved in so many different aspects of the film.
Yeah, and having people like Barry involved brings reality, an edge of realism to it, for you as a director.
Absolutely. I mean, without that, I mean, the film is very documentary in style, and that reality is brought by all the actors involved, not just Barry. And you can check out a short clip of the film if you go to www.yourstate.co.uk, and there's a little 1-minute teaser trailer on there. So
how long does the film last?
It's a 15-minute film, premiering at the Lowry tonight. A few tickets available.
Oh yeah, well, go on. Give me a big plug, go on.
Well, if you go to yourstate.co.uk, you can follow the links to our Facebook and MySpace, and just send us an email through there, and we'll put you on the guest list. So I think we've got about 30 tickets left. It's a 250-seater room, so there's all the big wigs coming
How
down.
difficult is it to fund filmmaking?
Well, luckily with this one, I got a very, very small grant from Northwest Vision and Media for two and a half grand, which in filmmaking terms would about cover your catering for one day on a BBC shoot. So we had to pull in a lot of favours from Sumner's, from Northwest Vision and Media, from Panelux, from Provision. Lots of industry professionals got on board, and the people of Salford, Islington Mill got involved and pushed this. Yeah, so a lot of helping kind with a tiny bit of money.
Good, look forward to seeing it. Appreciate you coming in. Nice to meet you, Barry. That's Mark Ashmore and Barry Phillips. The film is called Broken Britain, premiering at the Lowry